Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while. I went out of town last weekend for a Planner Girl meetup to meet Amy and Alicia, two of my Passion Planner friends that we've actually never met in real life. So Ian flew me out there as a Christmas gift to go and meet them, and it was so much fun. I'm so glad to be back though. I'm back into the routine of things. It's always a little awkward coming back from a vacation and trying to get your life together. I'm sure you guys saw last week I made this beautiful spread that was all watercolored. I'm sorry I didn't get to film that, but it took forever. It would have been like a 5-hour video. So ta-da! And this week we're going to continue with the watercolor theme. I was really debating on what to do because one half of the week gets really crinkly or the other half is really smooth, and I just don't think I could handle having a crinkly week, like a crinkly side and a not crinkly side. So I was just decided that a good compromise was to do watercolor spreads until we got to the end of the month where the monthly reflection pages were, because I wouldn't mind it being crinkly because I don't really post this stuff to social media and it's really for my own use, and I'm fine with writing on crinkly paper. And then I can start April off back into the sticker world, which I'm kind of excited for. It's fun doing the watercolor, but it's more pretty than it is functional. A lot of you guys were curious on the damage that the full watercolor spreads did on my planner. You can see a little bit right here, and then of course the edges, and then a lot of it is going to be in these to-do list boxes. But honestly, I didn't try to not, like, I was not careful when I was applying the watercolors. Like, it was literally a puddle of paint on the paper. Overall, that's really not that bad. If I was a little bit more careful on how I was applying the paint, how heavy I was applying it, this can be completely avoidable. Especially with the edges. I just dumped paint on this page. So the Passion Planner actually holds up really well to the watercolors. So let's go ahead and dive into this week, which is also going to be a watercolor spread. And the hard part for me was how to incorporate the bleed through. And so I was really like, ugh. Like, I love this, don't get me wrong, but it was time consuming, and I was at a Planner Girl weekend, so I had all weekend to work on this, but we don't have 5 hours to make a planner spread again. And as much as I love this, this is probably gonna be a one-time thing for a while. So again, trying to figure out what to do, and then I kind of got inspired that this week's quote in my planner is from Tupac. And I was like, I hear you. I'm gonna try something really artsy. And it might not be functional whatsoever, and I don't know until we get to the end of it, but I thought it would be fun to watercolor a city skyline throughout the planner, and then potentially putting stickers down like timeline covers and things like that? Question mark? I don't know. But that's what we're gonna do, because that's all I got. It's gotta be watercolor, and it's gotta cover up these purple bleed through marks. And I want it to be different than what I did last week. I could kind of do what I did last week and do a different color and just keep it like with black pen instead of with the white gel pen. But I want to do something different. If we're doing 3 weeks of watercolor, they have to be 3 weeks of different kinds of watercolor spreads. So that's what we're gonna do. I have my watercolor set. It is the Superior watercolors. I got them on Amazon. They had good ratings. It was like $30. I was like, I should get the higher quality ones because maybe the pigmentation will be better, so I won't have to oversaturate the page too much to get like a bolder color. But I don't know. You could get the cheapy watercolors and I'm sure they would be just fine. You can use watercolor pencils if you want. And then I also really liked the watercolor brushes that this palette came with, but I also, where did I put them? Over here. I also bought like another pack of them off of Amazon that had like a bunch of different sizes, because the ones that this came with were kind of fat and I was intimidated by them at first, but now I'm not. And then I have a pencil and an eraser so I can draw out my New York City skyline. So yeah, I have a cityscape opened up in Google Images that I'm just gonna try to sketch out with my art school skills. I did go to art school, so I can draw. I'm not the best, but I can do a city skyline. And yeah, let's get started on this. Okay, I think I'm finished painting. I'm not gonna mess with the edges. I think I am gonna put stickers over this section, but I like the drippiness of this, but I kind of need these. So I might just put a sticker over them, and they have the most watercolor damage from the week before. But this is really fun. Here's a little close-up. Lots of color, but I can still see the passion planner lines. So I'm gonna let this dry. Isn't it? Yeah, drippy. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit and clean up my mess. Look how cool my paper towel turned out too. Right? I'm like, like if that could be the background. I mean, it's a whole nother thing you could use watercolors for. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So yeah, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna get some stickers to cover my headers, because I don't think I have any made. And maybe some other stickers that I might use. I don't know. This is always the hardest part. I'm like, oh, the fun part's over with. Now for the hard part, I don't wanna do that. Can I just paint all day? So yeah, I'm gonna go get some stickers, let this dry, we'll go from there. It always turns out good, right? I always doubt myself so much and then it turns out just fine. So yeah, be right back. Okay, everything is all dry. I did go through with a plastic eraser and got some of the pencil marks up that were even under the paint. And yeah, this is the final result. Okay, it's over. Bye, guys. Just kidding. So then I went and got some stickers. Come out. And I kind of kept with the color palette of the artwork. So it's still like bright and fun. I was heavily debating, as I always do, between keeping it neutral or doing the colors. And I said, you know what, girl? Do the colors. I still have all my planner supplies all packed up in these containers from when I went to Seattle. Look at these llama post-it note tabs. Ah! I love llamas. So yeah, had to have. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and place these stickers really quick, and then the fun part, the pen. Now that the stickers are placed, I have my favorite Pigma Micron 01 pen. There we go, right side up. You can see that, right? And a new ruler. Yeah, got a new ruler while I was in Seattle. And I'm just gonna get started. I will tell you before I get started with that, it's really hard to put the stickers on straight with the crinkly paper. So close. And then up here, you can see the other box a little bit. What can you do? I'm also wondering if I should go, probably not, because I'm gonna write over it, but outline that in black. It's not gonna happen, I'm not gonna do that. It's a good idea, but I'm not gonna do it because that's what I do. And here we go. More, keep on keeping on, right? Here's the final result. I went ahead and did all my pen work and all my little trackers. I also included a little like social media tracker down on the bottom of each day. I'm integrating a meal plan and a habit tracker, which this I'm gonna try to plan. I wanna be better about planning my meals out in advance because I find myself with like daylight savings time, I find myself eating at like 8:30 at night because it gets dark so much later now. So I kind of want to be able to plan at least my dinners out in advance and be able to go to the grocery store and buy everything ahead of time instead of going to the grocery store because we need food for dinner. That's what I do right now. Ian's been traveling a lot, so it's been hard for me to really feed myself in a timely manner. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's true. And he's back in town this week, so it would be nice to have some meals actually planned out in advance. And then I'm thinking of doing like a fun quote, well maybe not a fun quote, but like another like Tupac quote, like hand letter that out down here, but I really liked the drip mark, so I didn't want to cover that with a social media tracker sticker like I normally would. But I love it. I think it's a fun way to still, you know, be like pen only and minimalist, but still have the creative outlook and the fun that is the watercolor. So I hope you guys loved it, and this is the last spread for the watercolors. So I'm completely open to ideas. If there's anything you want to see, drop it in the comments because I'd love to test other things out. And as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Have a great week, Pash fam.